Oh, thanks, guys. Appreciate you sending it to us down here in Augusta.
I've been down here since Tuesday.
Yeah, I just got down here yesterday.
Yep.
Saw Jason up at the course. Had a few crow's nests. Had a few azaleas.
Yeah.
Saw a few azaleas. Saw a few good shots. We're out here in the front of the house that we're renting down here, and
It's gorgeous.
saying hello to all the patrons outside of the course, and gonna head up there for another fun day.
Absolutely.
How was the par 3?
Par 3 was great. I don't know that I helped Akshay out at all. I actually do think I gave him a good read. He told me it was a good read. So I will take it. A lot of fun, a lot of families. Patrons are all just looking to have a good time. It's a way more relaxed day than the actual tournament.
Yeah.
And it's very unique in the way that like no other major especially, but really no other PGA event has something like that the day before you do it. You have pro-ams in the other events, but this thing was so unique and special in the way that their families are incorporated into it. That was my first time being a part of it. And it's just another example of, I think, Augusta National just setting the example and the tone of like what golf is, right?
Yeah.
No other sport do you partake in as much with your families, whether you belong to a club, whether you play with your kids. It's just, I think it's something that really matches up well.
Yeah.
And to do that right before the biggest tournament in golf, it's pretty remarkable. It's also not mandatory. So those guys sign up to do that.
Yeah.
They could be hitting balls. They could be getting more reps.
Yeah, but it's a part of the show. It's a part of the fun. It's part of the excitement of the week. And
well, I think it's an acknowledgement that this thing is bigger than themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's an acknowledgement that the history to this, our families are going to be included in it, all of it. They really embrace it. So I think it was awesome to be there and to have a lot of fun with those guys.
Yeah. The one thing about this tournament is that it's more than just a golf event. It's like you don't necessarily have to be into golf. You're going to see some amazing shots of the best players in the world. Mm-hmm. But it's an event that anybody can enjoy because of how beautiful the landscape is, because of everything that goes into what that course is. I mean, you have different houses and places you can go while you're there. And you just get a full experience like none other. And it's why it's one of the best events in sports.
The cool part about being there is that you're on these grounds that have been there, and this tournament has been being played since 1934. The course was carved out and just feels like it was made to be a golf course. You don't have your phones. There's no digital scoreboard. Everything's manually being done. It
That's
feels
the hardest part, yeah. There's no phones and understanding where the match is, you know, because you don't know what a guy's got going on 3 holes over and whether they're making a push or there's
a level of mystery to
it all away. Yeah.
You're there and you're trying to figure out, where's the scoreboard? Freddie just got a quadruple bogey or 4? Like, what the heck happened? And so there's this excitement in the fact that you don't really know what's happening when you're there. The way the grounds are handled, the way the faculty, the workers, everything's done there is just done at an insane level.
I got to give
from the course management
to the workers and everybody that's really putting this thing on and making this thing go. They make it one of the cleanest places I've ever been, especially on a golf course, man.
They do such a great job. Everybody says it's kind of like the Disney World of golf. They everything.
I can see that.
All the dirty work kind of happens in a way that you don't ever see. So everything looks pristine. The way they treat everybody, the way everybody treats you, whether it's the patrons, the workers, everybody's just there to have fun. It's an awesome time. They've somehow kept these prices down. I mean, the pimento cheese sandwich was $1.50. I think a bottle of water is $2.
They're not giving that thing out for free?
If you have Berkman's passes, it's for free after you pay for however many thousands of dollars for the ticket. I don't know how that works. But no, they could jack those prices up.
Yeah.
You go into an NFL stadium, you're paying, what, like $8 for a beer?
Yeah, but those are premium beers.
You're an asshole. But
what was your favorite shot?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of, my favorite hole is 13. I love 13.
Par 5.
The par 5, bend around the corner. Mm-hmm. Then you got to play over Rays Creek.
Yep. Okay, Rays Creek. You know the creeks. All right.
I think it's Rays Creek. And you got to make a decision on whether you want to go for it. And you got a long second shot, approach shot. You're going to lay up and pitch in. But
if you ever got to play it, what would you do?
What would I do? Yeah. I'm going for it.
You're going for it?
I'm not trying to set a score. I'm trying to have a story. I'm trying to turn the corner and everything.
There we go.
Yeah, it's that hole's awesome. I just like the par fives, honestly. Par fives and par threes are the most fun ones to tee up because you're going to see somebody throw a dart at one of the par threes, like 16, or 2 coming down the hill.
That's a fun one, yeah.
Yeah, well, you see scoring. You're going to see somebody go for an eagle. You're going to see some birdies. Like, there's a lot of action, I feel like, on the par fives and threes. Yeah. So those are the ones I like to post up at.
You think Rory's running away with this thing or what?
I mean, he's winning by 6 strokes right now.
Yeah.
So,
sounds about right.
For those of you that don't know, it is Saturday morning. The cut has just been made, and Rory is winning by 6 strokes. He is going to be potentially the first person to repeat as Masters champion since Tiger Woods did it in 2001 or 2. It was either 2000, 2001, or it was 2001, 2002. Either way, he would be the 4th person ever to be back-to-back Masters champions. Yep. I think that would be awesome. Another guy that's up there right now, Justin Rose. I got to see him win the U.S. Open in Philly in 2014.
Yep.
Awesome dude. I
watched him and Spieth and Koepka.
Yeah.
On a par 3 and then tee off. And man, it's just crazy when you see these pros tee off with the driver, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the sound, not only the sound of the ball, the club hitting the ball, but the swing.
Yeah. The placement and how tight it is.
The velocity it comes off, it's crazy.
How tight some of these shots they have to hit, even on one. One is just a par 4 up the hill, but that bunker on the right, you got like a 15-yard landing strip, really, that you're trying to hit.
Yeah.
If you don't get it in there, you could be in the trees on the straw on the left side, and you can't reach the green. It's watching these guys navigate how precise they are with all their shots. It's just a blast to see in person.
Yeah. When
you can see the ball, that thing skyrockets off that face. So you got to have some UV protection to try and see it. But yeah, what was your favorite thing you ate?
Favorite thing I ate?
I know you're a big egg salad guy.
Yeah, because who doesn't love mayonnaise mixed with eggs, thrown on some white bread? I actually used to love egg salad. Mom used to make it. I don't know what it was. Once I found out that she was just like,
yeah, don't do
that shit up. I walked in the kitchen at the wrong time.
Please don't do the sound effect.
But Mom, you made the best egg salad sandwich. I'm gonna be bougie and stay. There's a fried chicken in the Berkman's place that is to die for.
I didn't get the fried chicken. I got the pizza in Berkman's.
How was that?
So for those of you that know, Berkman's place is another tier.
Are we allowed to talk about Berkman's place?
I don't know.
Are we even allowed to be sitting here doing this?
Probably not. We're gonna get banned for life, I'm sure. I hope not, because it's an incredible experience.
You can watch the game. You can actually watch the tournament better.
I mean, listen, I like watching on Sunday personally. All right, pimento cheese and egg salad combination was my favorite.
Combo?
Dude, it's called the Pimego. I found that out this week.
That is...
It's a lot. I don't think texture-wise you would
I am
be...
so out on this. Oh, my God.
It's pretty darn good. There was also another combo people were saying, the pimento and the barbecue. To me, that was too many flavors happening. It was overkill. Pimento
and
the chicken, barbecue. Classic chicken, grilled chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
That was good. But the Pimego is my favorite combo of it. The ice cream peach sandwich. You didn't get one of them?
I'm glad you tried all this because I didn't. Yeah,
I was here longer.
I was trying to watch some golf.
They were also having me do it as a part of the broadcast, so I didn't really have a choice.
Missed that.
It was all delicious. That's it. Yeah.
That's all I got around to.
Yeah, it was.
You see Nance? See Daly?
I didn't see either of them.
Me neither. I'm hoping I can maybe find Nance today. And
we called into Top Dog.
Who knows if old John Daly's still over there at Top Dog?
He is. He's there right now, actually. We called Top Dog yesterday when we left the course to see if he was still there, and he had just left. But he is there this morning, and he'll be there this morning, Sunday as well, I believe.
Interesting.
So, yeah, for those of you that have never been, it's awesome. It's everything you've heard about. There's some of the best golfers in the world. The hospitality, the way it's run, is second to none. The tradition to it, the history that's happened there. All of these gnomes, there's gnomes all over the place. Everybody's getting a gnome.
Gotta get my hands on these
gnomes. There's the merch bag, and that's where they get you. It's $1.50 sandwich, but you're going to go into that merch store and spend some cash for sure. But you love it. I don't know the way it was for you, but like the moment people find out you're coming, I got my barber hitting me up. Oh, can I get a hat? Can you give me this? So
that's awesome.
It's an experience like none other, a tradition like no other. I don't know if we want to keep stealing Jim's lines, but
I mean, Jim, we're stealing your lines. We love you. That's how good your lines are.
That's right.
But we'll give you the nod.
Imitation
we'll cite our sources.
Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. All right. That's it from us down here at Augusta, Georgia.
A little out of the house.
We'll see how the rest of it tees up this weekend.
Yeah.
How it shapes up. That's all I got.
Yeah. And that's out of the house. See you guys. How about that? That's our segment. We don't know what that looks like yet, but hopefully looks like we're having a great fucking time.
Once again, that Masters edition of Out of the House is brought to you by AT&T.
Welcome back to New Heights, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. A Wondery show brought to you by AT&T, the best service provider there is. You better believe it. We're your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Shout out to the Heights and shout out to the University of Cincinnati, as we are alum from there. I did get a degree. I know a lot of you won't believe that, even Jason, but I do. And make sure you subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with one S for fun clips throughout the week. Jason, tell the people what we have coming up for this week's episode.
We got another great episode for you 92%ers. We're going to get out of the house with Trav at the Guardians home opener. We're also going to get to the first ever on-site edition of Out of the House
at
the Masters.
Yes, sir.
And Hall of Famer Troy Aikman is here. That's right. The one and only. The best. Troy is incredible. And he's great in this conversation. You guys are going to really want to stick around for that. And before we do get into that, we are going to get into some of that new news.
New news coming in hot.
New news is brought to you by American Express. Travis made his way back home to Cleveland for the Guards home opener last week. You saw Slider. Hey, is he still called Slider? Or it is Slider? It's a boy,
don't even
right?
go down this road, Jason. Yeah, I saw Slider.
All right.
I saw Slider, man. I got to see everybody over there at Progressive Field, man, over there at what we call Jacobs Field. Got to be a part of the Guards home opener as we took the game 4-1, man.
There we go.
It's just something about getting my feet on the ground in Cleveland just energizes me, man.
You got those nice loafers on.
You like those things?
These
Those things are
yeah,
nice
yeah.
things, man.
Did you get a look at any of the absurd food? The MLB has been coming out with a bunch of absurdly crazy items all across the country.
I was just catching up with friends in the suite and just watching the game. I really didn't get outside, but we had some good food in the suite for sure. We got some wings.
I was about to say, what is your ballpark food of choice since you're not a hot dog person?
I'll eat a dog I'll eat a ballpark dog.
Time out. You have said on the show and to me for many years that you do not eat hot dogs or tubular meats of any kind. So now you're telling me.
One exception.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. This makes sense.
Ballpark dog, man.
It's a special. It's
the nostalgia. Right. I'll sacrifice my ick for the fact of how it's made and how it smells. And I'll enjoy a ballpark dog, man. I don't know what it is about being at the ballpark that I need a dog with some ketchup on it and bing, bang, boom. I'm not going to eat more than one. No mustard.
You're not putting mustard on a hot dog. That's the one condiment you have to have on it.
That's a lie. Whoever told you that is a fucking idiot.
I disagree. I think you must have. Well, yeah, listen, you can eat it however you want, but that's the one condiment I have to have. You don't like mustard on a hot dog?
You can do like mustard in like a sauce or like in like a dry rub that the meat and like the other parts of the food like hide the taste of and the melted crayon texture that is mustard.
Melted crayon texture. What about sauerkraut?
No chance. I can again if it's hidden in like a Reuben like a Reuben sandwich.
Yeah.
Or like a corned beef sandwich. Maybe the sourness can get a little too pungent.
We should just like review all these crazy foods that have been going on. Did you see this one over in Arizona? I think I'm going to go to a Diamondbacks game this year solely to try this ice cream, peanut butter sandwich, whipped cream, Cracker Jack, Kit Kat concoction.
That thing is fucking insane.
Does that not look delicious?
Insane.
By the way, that's a Nutter Butter, right? That's not a
Nutter Butter.
Peanut butter sandwich, whatever.
Yeah, it's a Nutter Butter.
Gosh, did the Kelce household go through our fair share of Nutter Butters, dude? Holy shit!
Right.
Do you want to see some of the weird shit they've got out there real quick? Get the Kelce Brothers read on it. Now I'm getting some head shakes. You don't want to see the mini dessert chicken bucket at the Yankees game?
I think they're pretty good. They're pretty cool.
I'm not going to be a downer here. Let's see it, Brandon. Who else we got?
You want to see a mini dessert chicken bucket? There we go.
Dessert?
What is this called?
It's a drumstick-shaped ice cream with a chocolate-covered cookie bone center, a coating of white chocolate and candied cornflakes served in a souvenir mini chicken bucket.
What is the point of making it look like chicken?
It looks like chicken. I think we just got there.
I'm not a big fan of foods impersonating other foods.
You're out on the chicken.
I'm out on the chicken sandwich, ice cream sandwich thingy. I just give me a fucking ice cream sandwich. I don't need it to look like a chicken drumstick. Who are we fooling here? What are we doing it for? I would make sense if it was the New York chickens. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, they're doing something that's like a theme of, but like,
New York chickens.
What is the
New York chickens have a chicken bucket?
Yes, but I don't understand this at all.
Is it the drumstick flavoring, like the classic like drumstick that we all know that we get from like the grocery store?
It's just covered with candied cornflakes to make it look like it's fried chicken, but I'm assuming it's probably like vanilla ice cream with a chocolate covered cookie bone center, which I don't.
I'm out on this one. I've seen a lot of them.
This doesn't make any sense at all. There has to be something that's making sense to this. There's no way somebody was just like, all right, here, check this out, guys. A drumstick.
I think that's how they do it. I think we're overthinking this.
There's no way.
I'm just confused. I don't know where the chicken comes into. Like,
it just
it's
looks
not
like
chicken. Like,
why didn't they?
Chicken isn't even known as being like a ballpark food.
Exactly. Why didn't they just make it like a baseball bat?
Hot dog, like make it.
You know what I mean? Just make it like a baseball bat sandwich.
There we go.
Why the fuck is
you guys didn't want to do this segment, and now here we go.
Is this like KFC? Like was like, hey, we can't get the fried chicken in the stadium, but why don't you make ice cream look like fried chicken? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll do that for no fucking reason. All right, let's skip to the next.
Next.
This one's made us mad. We're moving on.
I'll take the bucket.
Right,
I'll take the bucket. No chicken.
Red Sox are doing lobster poutine at Fenway Park this year. The ballpark food features crispy fries, lobster meat, clam chowder, and crispy bacon, all served in a custom lobster boat.
Why are we doing chowder? Baseball is a fucking summer sport. Chowder is not a summer fucking food cuisine, whatever.
I don't like the idea of where that chowder's been stored. I don't like the idea of
where is it at the bottom? Is that
I like the lobster little boat, just I like this.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I like the receptacle. I like the lobster. I like everything except the bacon. I have no idea why bacon is included in this. And what the purpose is, it's not going to add much.
Give it a little saltiness, just like, a little salty crunch.
It's got chowder in it. It's salty as crap. I do think if it's hot, I would question the integrity of that chowder, but I'd still give it a go. I'd still give it a go.
The integrity of the chowder.
Seafood and heat usually doesn't pair well, especially shellfish.
Fucking 95-degree day at the ballpark. I'm out.
I'm going to try any of these if you'll have me, but
I will not try the chicken drumstick. I'm boycotting the chicken drumstick.
Well, a Yankees fan or somebody in the Yankees organization, please tell us how this came to be.
I will say this. They did give us a great moment. I'm going to share this. There was a man who constructed a chicken bucket hat tower.
No, see, that's the thing. I like the bucket.
I'm big into this. I'm big into the bucket.
With the bucket.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with the
bucket. KFC, brought to you by Travis Kelce. I mean, if that's not next year's... Brother, I just signed you a giant ad deal. I'm fucking with the bucket, Travis Kelce.
I'm fucking with it. Colonel Sanders, hit me up.
Buckets might be the most underrated piece of equipment that any man can own or utilize. I think it's a you can stack them, you can carry anything you want in them pretty much. I mean, it's a very useful receptacle, but the fact that we're making chickens it just doesn't make any sense. I can't get past it.
They had the buckets already ordered and they didn't know what to put in them. I'm drawing the conclusions. They're like, what goes in a bucket? Chicken.
They had a new fried chicken chain that was going into the stadium, and then they had to back out on their contract, but they had already bought all the chicken buckets.
Cost of cooking oil went way up, and they said, I don't know, make it ice cream.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
We've solved the mystery. All right, I'm going to show you a couple more. The Rangers have revealed a wearable nacho rally sombrero. The food vessel contains chipped cheese, lettuce, jalapeno, pico de gallo, and more.
This is hilarious.
Is this real? Is this real?
Yes, this dead is real. The photo's incredible. All right, what do we think of the rally sombrero?
I'm kind of into it. Outside the beans, I'm kind of into it.
I think it's ridiculous.
Oh no, it's beyond ridiculous. Yes, but I mean, it's kind of. I fucking love nachos at a game. I love nachos at a game.
Can you imagine trying to wear that and utilize it? Like
you're dumping that on your neighbors. You're dumping that on the seat next to you.
This is getting everywhere. I think it's hilarious.
You have to go to the bathroom with that on your head.
Can't look down. Don't look down.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Don't look down.
I like the idea of sombreros. I just don't know that nachos was the best choice. Like the messiest. What's the messiest food item that we can combine with a place that you can't access?
You can't stand up and get excited.
They should have just made like pretzel sombreros.
They should have made little baby
pieces off and dip it in cheese or something like that. But like
the sombreros shouldn't be large scale enough to where you could put it on your head. It should just be like the old ice cream cut batter's helmets. You know, those little small ones. They should have just made a little tiny sombrero like that in the size of where you would always get the nachos. You know what I mean? Like typically the size that you get is just like a 4x4 or 5x5. You can hold it with one hand, have a beer in the other hand. Like they should have made a sombrero that size. This is absolutely ridiculous.
What's interesting about this item is that it probably is the only food item ever in a ballpark where the person buying it is the one not utilizing it. And in fact, probably putting themselves at the most risk of things going badly, right? Like the person wearing these nachos is going to end up eating the least amount of these nachos. The people behind them and to the right and left of them, like this is a very selfless maneuver. If you're buying the sombrero nacho hat,
you're getting this.
You're bringing the party for everybody else.
Yeah,
this is hilarious, man.
While also putting yourself most at risk.
Just hot cheese sitting on your head. All right.
I went to a Guards game right after college, and we're sitting on top of like that baby monster out in left field underneath the screen. And there's probably 10, 15 of the homies, and we're all up there getting hammered and having a fucking blast. And we go to get hot dogs, and we're like, I mean, how many hot dogs can we get? And they're like, well, we can make as many as you want. We're like, all right, everybody gets like 3-4 hot dogs. We end up with a fucking crate full of hot dogs to carry them back to the seats. And my guy, I think it was Steve Big Ack. My guy, Steve Big Ack, has it over his head as he's walking up, and all the guys see him and start fucking going nuts. Like, yeah! Like he was like the hero of the day. And I think that's what this fucking big ass sombrero reminds me of, is like you bring this back to the homie. You're just like, let's fucking go.
You're down a run and this rally sombrero hits. I think this is going to be, yeah. Okay.
Absolutely hilarious.
Last one, Phillies. The Schwarbomb Sundae. It is a mini helmet filled with soft serve ice cream topped with a funnel cake, fried strawberry uncrustable, fresh strawberry sauce, and fruity cereal pieces.
Ooh, I am so in on everything outside of the Fruity Pebbles cereal, to be honest with you. I'm not a big Fruity Pebbles person.
It's just sprinkling.
I know, but I'm going to try it. Don't get me wrong. I'll give a full report. I'm a big fan of helmet ice cream.
I love strawberries. I don't know what it is about strawberry sauce.
Like strawberry Uncrustable?
No, strawberry sauce. It says fresh strawberry sauce, like the drizzle over. I don't know what it is about that. It makes me like, it gives me like the ick, like the fucking.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Strawberry sauce? Why, too sweet?
No,
it's
just I think it's the texture of it. It's like
texture, too syrupy.
Yeah, it's like that red syrupy.
It doesn't look like there's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't love it. But I love everything else about this, and I'm taking that souvenir home. And Ohio ball player.
I was in when I read funnel cake fried strawberry Uncrustable. I mean, that's the only thing I need to hear. I'm going to try this now,
dude. Fried Uncrustable is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
All right, that's ballpark food.
It's called a Schwarbomb, so I'm going to give it a go.
Great name.
Great player, great name. All right, that does it for new news, brought to you by American Express.
Take it the Masters. We're currently filming this while we're in the house, so we're going to toss to our own selves out of the house. This Masters edition of Out of the House is brought to you by AT&T.
It started as a joke. At least, that's what everyone thought. A casual comment, tossed into conversation with the kind of playful confidence Travis Kelce is known for. No dramatic buildup. No carefully crafted announcement. Just a moment that felt light, almost throwaway until it wasn't. Because somehow, in the middle of all the headlines about music, football, and high-profile appearances, one unexpected detail rose to the surface and refused to be ignored. Taylor Swift's sourdough bread might end up on a wedding menu. Yes, that sourdough. The one fans have been quietly obsessed with. The one that somehow became part of her offstage identity, a symbol of something softer, more personal, tucked away from stadium lights and global tours. And now, according to Kelce, it might take center stage in a way no one saw coming. Suddenly, what sounded like a playful comment turned into a full-blown conversation. Because if there's one thing people love, it's a glimpse behind the curtain. And this felt like being handed a tiny, flower-dusted piece of a much bigger story. The idea itself is almost cinematic when you think about it. A wedding menu, traditionally a place for curated elegance, carefully selected dishes, and timeless classics, now possibly featuring something as humble, as handcrafted, as homegrown as sourdough bread. Not just any sourdough, but one made by Taylor Swift herself. It flips expectations in the most intriguing way. And that's exactly why it works. Because for all the grandeur that surrounds both Kelce and Swift, moments like this remind people of something else entirely. Something grounded. Something real. A kitchen instead of a stadium. Flour instead of flashing lights. And fans can't get enough of that contrast. Of course, the internet did what it does best. Within hours, the comments spread across social media like wildfire. Memes appeared. Reactions poured in. Some fans joked about lining up just for a taste. Others imagined what the full menu might look like. Would it be rustic and intimate, or still carry that signature elegance people expect? And then there were those who zoomed in on a different detail altogether. Jason Kelce. Because if Travis sounded amused by the idea, Jason's reported reaction added a whole new layer. The kind of brotherly disbelief that only makes a story more entertaining. You could almost picture it, Jason hearing the plan, pausing for a second, and then responding with the kind of energy that says, "Wait, you're serious?" That dynamic, the playful back and forth, the mix of support and skepticism made the moment feel even more human, even more relatable. But beneath the humor, there's something surprisingly meaningful about the idea. Food, especially something as personal as homemade bread, carries a kind of symbolism that goes beyond taste. It represents care, time, effort, the act of creating something from scratch and sharing it with others. And when you place that in the context of a wedding, a celebration built on connection, partnership, and shared life, it starts to make sense in a deeper way. It's not just about serving sourdough. It's about what that sourdough represents. A piece of Taylor's world. A glimpse into who she is outside of the spotlight. A reminder that even in the middle of global fame, there are still quiet rituals, still moments of normalcy. And bringing that into something as significant as a wedding? That's not random. That's intentional. For Travis Kelce, this kind of choice aligns perfectly with the image he's been building beyond football. Yes, he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion. Yes, he thrives under pressure and knows how to command attention. But off the field, there's always been another layer, someone who values connection, humor, and authenticity just as much as performance. And that's what makes this idea land. It doesn't feel like a publicity move. It feels like something he'd actually do. Because it blends two worlds seamlessly. The larger-than-life public personas and the quieter, more personal moments that define who people really are. Then there's Taylor Swift. For years, fans have followed her through eras, each one carefully crafted, each one telling a different story. But alongside those grand narratives, there have always been smaller glimpses of her everyday life. Baking, writing, creating in ways that aren't meant for massive audiences, but exist anyway. The sourdough became part of that. Not because it was announced, not because it was marketed, but because it felt genuine. And in a world where authenticity is often questioned, something as simple as baking bread became oddly powerful. So the idea of that same bread making its way into a wedding menu? It feels like a full-circle moment, a quiet detail stepping into a bigger story. What makes this entire situation so captivating isn't just the headline. It's the layering. A joke that might not be a joke. A simple food item carrying unexpected meaning. A wedding detail turning into a viral conversation. And at the center of it all, two people whose lives are constantly under a microscope, yet still finding ways to create moments that feel personal. Moments that aren't about headlines but somehow become them anyway. As the story continues to circulate, one question lingers. Will it actually happen? Will guests at some future wedding really be handed slices of Taylor Swift's sourdough, unknowingly participating in one of the most unexpected crossovers of pop culture and personal life? Or will it remain what it started as a playful idea that captured everyone's imagination for a moment? The truth is, it almost doesn't matter, because the impact is already there. The conversation, the curiosity, the way people connected to something so small and made it feel significant. That's the real story. In the end, it's not just about bread. It's about what happens when the biggest names in the world share something small, something human, something that reminds everyone watching that behind the fame, behind the performances, behind the headlines, there are still moments shaped by simplicity. And sometimes those are the moments that resonate the most. So whether Taylor Swift's sourdough ends up on a wedding menu or not, one thing is certain. A single, unexpected detail just turned into a story no one can stop talking about. And somehow, it all started with flour, water, and a comment that may have meant more than anyone realized.